Hey guys, Brent Hull Build Show, talking today about storms and screens and how to make a 100-year window like ours last even longer and work and function through different seasons. Come join me today on the Build Show. Okay, so historically, pre-1940, pre-air conditioning, windows were the air conditioning of the house, right? You would open and close windows to allow breezes in, and in the wintertime, you would use what was called a storm window, okay? Now, here are a storm and a screen for an historic window, okay? They are the exact same size. One has a screen in it, we use a copper screen, and one has a piece of glass in it. And so these are even come, if you look at historic catalogs, with divided lights, and so do these. And so you can actually make your storms and screens look even better with a divided light mutton that's added to the inside. We just don't see those anymore. But historically, the way these were put on and the way this seasons worked is in the summer or in the spring, you would take off your storms because that was an insulated piece that would make your windows warmer, and then you would add screens. And so these would be numbered on the side, you know which window they went to, and then you would go and hang them. Now, how did you hang them? Well, they had these hangers and this hanger system. And so this would sit, and which is what we're going to install today, this would sit right here, and when you're ready to, you would lift your screen up and just hang it on here, and then it would just drop down in place. Now, in order for that to happen, you know, today, if you get screens on a production window, they're a flimsy aluminum cheap thing that, you know, costs 10 cents, right? These are meant to last 100 years. And so the set-in for our brick mold is about 1 1/8 inches. And so we make our storms and screens about 1 1/8 inches as well, so that when they sit inside here, they sit in and they sit even with the brick mold or the outside casing if you don't have brick mold. So that's how they're put together. I'm going to install these now, show you how simple this system is, and show you why we should be using it again today. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I've got to kind of figure out where everything's going to hang. So I'm actually going to put this in the slot here, and notice I use eye hooks, right? And I think that's kind of an old school way of doing things, and you see my little eye hooks inside here. But this would go in here, and then you'd go on the inside and you put the eye hooks so that it could be kind of a security deal. But in order for this thing to work, I've got to hang it properly. So I'm going to go, I don't know, a couple inches off there. Here's my stile, maybe right inside that stile there. And then this is going to sit on top of it like this, right? So that's going to hang. So I got to just figure out where that's going to go. I'm going to go right above that bead. That will allow me to get a good anchoring on my screen, and I'm going to install these. Now, in order to do this, came with these screws. They're a pan head, Phillips head screw. Sometimes in order to get these into the wood, you might want to use a starter. I like to use an awl. This is a really pretty one. This is from Crown Tools. I think you can get them through Lee Valley or Woodworker's Supply, but it's a beautiful awl, right? So I'm going to mark my spots here, and I'm just going to do a starter hole into the wood so that I can screw it in faster. And I'm going to screw this one in first. So now I'm going to take my hanger piece, and I'm actually going to do the same thing again. Again, I'm going to do my starter holes with this. I'm going to pull this up just a hair so that's not resting on the bottom. And now I'm just going to set my holes. You can hear Churchill in there freaking out. He hates this thing. Okay guys, so storms and screens, right? We've got now an easy way to replace them. Lift them off, go put them in the garage. Summertime, ready for the screens. You come out, hang them on your window, lock them up on the inside. You've got a 100-year window that works in any season, is a long-lasting, beautiful way to contribute to the beauty of your historic house. When we tested our 100-year window with our storms on it, the energy efficiency is almost doubles over a single pane window. So when you do use a storm, you can still use single pane glass with the single pane storm, and you have a window that is super energy efficient and can work in almost any climate. So this is the way historically they used to do it. This is the way to make it beautiful and long lasting, not the cheap aluminum, just throw together things, but something that's really built to last 100 years. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Home Millwork Hull Homes. Sign up for the newsletter, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I'm Brent Hull, thanks for watching.